The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. Very good morning to you. Today is Tuesday, March 29th. We have had quite a bit of movement in the last 20 minutes. You can see I've got an oil short going here. Let me take a look at news. Russian negotiator Medinsky to sharply cut military activity near Kiev and Chernihiv. Putin-Zelensky meeting is possible after pact approved by foreign ministers ready. Talks were constructive and now in practical phase. So it looks like we could be getting near an end. If you folks are here on trial, good morning and welcome. Tom, good morning. We have had some bot trades. So we had a short on gold at 742. Targets hit. Gold on the week is a perfect 5 for 5 at this point. We have had a couple of trades in, good morning, John. We have had a couple of trades in, guys, crude is shorts, just FYI. Now, obviously, I have had this short on since 107, but it is coming down. NASDAQ took a short at 609. It was a losing trade. It bounced up into the trailing stop. It then took a long, which pulled back into the stop. So 0 for 2, and now has just taken this long here. 1 for 3 on the NASDAQ. The bot at the moment is down about $700. Looks like we go higher. I'll go over charts momentarily. Gold is probably headed to 1896. 1896. Crude looks like it's headed to $99. Obviously, not without volatility. Crude has been a bear, but $99. We did hit 100 and change. Currently at 102.33. Currently, the markets, NASDAQ's up 107, ES is up 27, YM is up 207, EMD is up 18, Russell is up 15, gold is down $32 today. Let me quickly read the disclaimer, and we will get on with it. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Last but not least, past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to any trade. Please trade according to your own accounts. Please trade according to your tolerance for risk. All right. Let's go over charts. $68. Thank you, Greg. $99 is the target. Anybody short? Set it since we came in at 8. Nice job, Brad. That's your sellers. 10, 10, a 68, another 13. I mean, all this is doing is setting up longs, fellas. We got Fed speak today. Anybody else short crude other than Brad? Okay, fellas. More blocks. 13 and a 10. One more push. You can do it. Nice, Sam. Morning, Todd. Call it 100 next target. 100. 99.90 is where this should come. Morning, Hubba. 97.15. I mean, they're falling all over themselves to get out of it. Let me take a look at bonds, guys. Bonds are breaking up on the 10-minute, but not the hourly yet. $97.32. I have 95.42 for the 50-day. Moscow says it will drastically reduce military activity in Kiev. I gave you guys that news. Tesla's up 2%. I do. I use an exponential moving average. I mean, fellas, if we can catch at or near the bottom on crude, which today could be as low as 96.30. No, 87.04. I don't think we're coming there. If we come to $87 a barrel, they can't find enough buyers yet. They can't find any buyers yet. I would think we see 97 bucks. This NASDAQ, it's wanting to go higher, but it needs a pullback first. Morning, Magnus. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. This could last, in my opinion, until Thursday. It's quarter end. ZB, which no one wanted, at 148. First target's off at 19. I'm sorry, 14. And it hit 29. 29. Guys, I have implored you guys, almost begged, pleaded with you guys. Don't be a one-trick pony. Trade other stuff. The NASDAQ is not the only market in the planet, guys. I know a lot of you guys won't trade crude, evidenced by who took the short. Guys won't trade bonds. I mean, fellas, all I can tell you is there's other things to trade that are oftentimes easier to trade than the NASDAQ or the ES. Obviously, no bot trades while I was gone. How many guys were interested in ZB? I think just Mac. That's a 29 tick move, guys, to the high. And bonds are just getting warmed up. It's $900 per contract. Nice job, Ozzy. It's $900 per contract. Nice job, Mimi. I told you guys I have TLT calls. Guys, this market is, if you're more of a positional trader, obviously most of us in the room are not. But if you're more of a positional trader, sell the snot out of these rips. Powell is going to bash this market. I'm telling you, this thing's going to get clubbed like a baby seal. Wait till we get back-to-back 50 bip rate hikes. I'm serious, fellas. This is, at the lows, I just trade it. And then I look for, my first target was at 14, then 19, then 24. But here's what I'm looking at. So we hit this target at 28. Next level up is 149.30. 149.30. So here is the long, fellas. I'll show you. Here is the long. My 10-minute, I could have taken an aggressive long. Here's the daily, right? We'll probably trade close to 149.28, which lines up right here, 149.28 with R2, okay? I could have taken an aggressive long on the 10-minute when it closed above the 10-minute at 147.29. But I waited for the hourly candle here to close above the daily cloud. As soon as the hourly cloud, as soon as the hourly closed above the cloud, that's where I wanted the long. Now I have a small time frame buy signal. So if I look at the NASDAQ, I'm light years above. I'm guessing we may get a small push on the open, but I'm thinking we pull back. Right? We're trying to force out of the cloud. You've got resistance here on the daily, about 145 to 180. I'm pushing resistance here. I would be really surprised if we don't pull back to 120 initially, and then potentially back below the 200-day. I know I have support at 15,000 on the hourly, but a break below maybe 65 will probably take me, back down into 935 and potentially lower. The 10-minute is starting to turn. Doesn't mean I'm looking for a short. They're going to want to suck longs in and then trap them. I've moved stop on bonds to 10 on the runner. Oh, yeah, we got a whole slew of these. Nope. There's the open. We got speakers today, yes. There's the pullback, which we talked about. Crude still wanting to get blown up. Let's take a look at the ES. I'm surely not buying highs, fellas. Surely not. Here's the NASDAQ. I like it lower still, but you're going to get cheapers, criminy. God, I hate buying highs. We're probably headed to the high, but there it goes. Let them run. 210's your target. 15-minute. 210 to 220. It's not for me. And that's the cool thing about, if you'd have shorted oil, which only a few guys did, made a lot of money on that trade. If you'd have longed bonds, guess what? Your day is in. Now you're in no pressure to jump into a NASDAQ trade up at or near the highs. Soybeans is a short. If you trade soybeans right on the open, it's sold. I mean, they're buying them higher. These guys, these buyers in here, these are the FOMO guys. The idiots that weren't buying 3 weeks ago. These are the guys that are all jumping in now because they think something's changed. Here comes that 210 target. maybe 215. So, again, I'm telling you where I see this going. I'm allowing for you guys to trade it as you see fit. It is not a trade that I will take. Soybeans is a short if you trade ZS. ES. I told you guys this morning when we came in, we're headed to 25. Booyah, almost there. And then, if we can get above 25, 26, 27, we start working to 46.40. A 25 would be your most immediate target. Bonds, rocking and a rolling. TLT, big gap up. $150, a 100, a 50. I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing. You guys can do as you see fit, but I'm not buying this. If it doesn't pull back, I don't really care. Bot trades are going to be a minimum today. I don't know why this damned ES won't update. There it is, finally. I mean, NASDAQ is telling me it wants 15,350. Big gap up in the cash. Gold rolling again. Anybody that's holding ZB, I'm going to move to 14. Stop. So here's something I used to do, right? Because a lot of people will say, I don't trade this, I don't trade that. Anybody tell me what those two charts are now? You can't. They all look the same, guys. Charts are charts. I'd like to see a pullback to 155. Here's your next long. If you like it, I'm not taking this. First target, 512. Not for me. Yeah, but bonds are $500 margin. That's it. $500. No date or place has been set for the next round of Russian-Ukraine talks. Bonds are $4,800 at Dorman. I stand corrected. Poland plans to ban Russian coal imports. NQ is now 17,000 per contract? I guess you guys trade micros. That's cool too. 1,700. Soybeans getting blown up. If anybody take the soybean short, anybody short soybeans, blown up. Nobody. Okay, I'll stop watching it. NASDAQ got that 15 area. We're coming down, guys, to 66, 166. If you guys are patient, 166. Let some air out of this damn balloon. If anybody shorted the NASDAQ, 166 is where we should come, maybe 167 for a target 1. Come on down, Red Dog. We got 173. Come on. There we go. 171. We hit 167.7. There we go. Target hit. Target hit if you took the short. Free trade now, fellas. Free trade. Anybody short NASDAQ? Welcome, Jeff. Gary. That's it. Okay, Sam. It's free trade, fellas, now. Free trade. I'd like to see this ES come back to 95 and 86. NASDAQ, I'd like to see 102 for a final target. 102 if anybody is short or trailing. 102. $124 is going to give it a bit of some. Next level would be 125. Jolt's job openings coming. We do have non-farm payroll on Friday. Below 2,000 net buyers. They're gonna want to clear all these, as many of these guys out as they can. Target 124. All right, so let's call it 125. This is now back into a long, but I prefer the short still. I want to see him pull this back. I would be interested in a long down around 100. You can scalp it here, long, but I'm not interested. Bonds pulling back a shard. Gold wanting to sell still. ES pulling back. I'd need to see ES hit 02, 46.02. We just hit 04. I don't know what that means, Mimi. Oh, okay. Thank you. $15-minute candles moving back up. Hang on, guys. Working toward that 83 tick second target. That is massive. Just massive. Here is the Russell and NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I think, is going to flip into a long. Crude missed first target by a tick, maybe two. There it is. First target hit on crude. 49 ticks. Everything else standing pat. Guys, it's a fairly flat market. I mean, we crushed them in pre-market. See what we get out of Russell and NASDAQ. NASDAQ came down to my target, guys. Well, almost 104. I was looking for 102. Got 104. Consumer confidence is a beat. Job openings is a beat to be expected. I think non-farm payrolls is going to be a big beat this week too, which will only add to inflation. YM might be interesting on a move below 35,098. Out on the crude runner. NASDAQ's going to go out too and flip into a long. Long NASDAQs. Long NASDAQ. Gold got second target on the bot. Second target on gold. Gold is now 6 for 6 on the week on the bot. Out on the Russell. So losing trade on the Russell. And the only trade left on currently is this NASDAQ short, which missed stop, has neither gone to a stop or a target, but I suspect this is going to fail. The bot is now up 870, depending on what happens with this NASDAQ trade. Small sellers, 50 and 50, 62 and 60. We're set up for shorts on the ES, right? We've pulled everything higher. We came down into that trend line, right? That's the trend line I showed you earlier. We pulled back into that trend line. On ZB, I am moving my stop from 14 to 21. ZB is currently 149.02. NASDAQ moving back down. It's chopping, guys. If we break below this, we could come back 15,021. If the NASDAQ bot, which held the stop, if the NASDAQ bot gets these targets, I will be shutting my bots off. Okay, did not go to stop. It's giving a subsequent signal. It's got a shot of that first target. I don't think that second target is going to get hit. But that's where I'll shut the bots down, guys. gold's up, hit third target. Somebody asked me about gold. I didn't see that move. Could have been long 10. Yeah, these markets are going to get slaughtered. I'm going to short ES at 96, guys. Now, listen, if you don't have the ticks, it's going to have to come down through 95, which was support. So I'm going to take some off, try to get 93 on target 1. All right, 95 is going to give it some support. Okay. There goes NASDAQ. It's going to get that first target on the bottom. Oh, that's a subsequent signal. That's not a new trade. Come on, you little dog. Let's go. All right, first target is off, guys. 96 to 93, 3 handles. And NASDAQ hit first target and didn't fill it. Hit it to the dang tick, which, as you know, is a freaking peeve of mine. No, it did not. It missed first target by 3 ticks. 3 ticks. Nice job, Frank. All right, now I got it. All right, so NASDAQ got first target, guys. I am shutting off my bots. They are up 1780. 1780 with that runner going. So my bots are done. I'll go over bot trades at the end. Secretary of State, there is what Russia says and what Russia does. Got a runner going, guys. 5 handles. Not a bad trade. 11 handles total, $550. If you only took 1 trade, that was it. NASDAQ should drop down to 072, 73 area. Trade your runners as you see fit. Okay. Thank you, Mimi. 32. We should drop down further. So here's where I'm trying to trade to now. 84, value area low, back into support 83, 84. Okay. Trade the runner as you see fit on the ES if you're short. We could bounce back up to 0601, 4601. Next 15-minute bar should sell NASDAQ again. What was that number? Next target down is 172. A break of 171, and NASDAQ gets shat on. 15,021. Here comes your ES. So again, I'm trying to get to 84.85, right? Value area low. That's my next target. I'm walking you through the trade. Bonds are blowing up. 149.05. I'm moving stop to 25. Almost a basis point in. NASDAQ broke 71. That should keep coming, guys. Should keep coming. $15,021. Here is NASDAQ on the bot. Second target hit and filled. My bots are shut off. 78 handles on the runner. So here is my bot total for the day, fellas. 3225 green. 3225 green. Not quite yesterday, but that's fine. 3225. Bots are up 6,800 in 2 days. Done for the day. Any questions? All right, so we just hit value area low. Now we're trading into the low of the day. NASDAQ is coming down towards 15,021. We will probably find a bounce at 97, between 97 and 85, which was yesterday's close and yesterday's high. But that's what we're working toward now. Anybody holding ES short? We may get a bounce in here, fellas. So, trade them as you see fit. We hit value area low. We've got all of these swings here, higher lows in here. We're going to have to work down through this area here. Hey, Randy. Nice job, Tom. Up 21.20 on a $400 daily goal. You passed another evaluation? Guys, for those of you that are on trial or maybe newer members, Tom was a trial with us last week, and he passed, he got funded with a funded account during his trial, and he has just passed it. That's your second account, is that correct, Tom? Yep, second account. Not bad. 2 weeks, 2 funded accounts. I said this last week. I'll reiterate it. For those of you guys that may not know, and we have one member that's got 4 fully funded accounts through Apex. I think it's Apex, might be Lilu, but and he trades them all simultaneously vis-a-vis a trade copier. So he enters a trade in one and it executes the same trade in 4 accounts. He has made money every month since he's been funded, which is now many months. And then he takes that payout and puts it into his personal account, which I think is genius. Utterly genius. Both, Joe. I mean, he's the first guy I've ever heard do that, right? I mean, it's not even anything I'd ever thought of. And now Tom has got a second funded account. So he's the second guy. Tom, are you doing a trade copier? Are you using a trade copier? Or are you manually entering in both accounts? Guys, so here's the deal for me, right? I've got a massive, that's the bond trade is out. I've got a massive day here, fellas. And the point I'm trying to make is I'm not touching this runner. It's insignificant to me, 6 handles. So I'll let it go, see if I can't get this to break down. The 10-minute cloud is fairly thin. The point I'm making is if you guys are trading a runner, trade them as you see fit. Again, my bots are off. I shut them off up $3,200. They're done. I'll go over bot trades at 11. Nope, not my best day ever, but I'm within about $1,500 of that. Well, in fairness, I got lucky with the crude because I happened to be listening to the news. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't just 2000. It wasn't 2000. I mean, that was a disaster. that was an unmitigated disaster. So for all right, there's my close. This is a little bit of resistance, this 01. So let me put this 03 half if you guys want to take a stab. With a first target about 24. We're going to have some resistance above that, about 108, 109, but if you're aggressive, you can take it here if you want. It's not. I'll take it above that 102 area. Anybody long the ES? All right, hang on, guys. I've got this guy at my front door again. I'll be right back. I'm back, guys. Went to 107. I'll give this a little breathing room. Really needs to get back up above 86, 87. ES got to 4,600 half. My target was 01 to 02. Small sellers in here, small buyers, now sellers again. This is the one thing I don't like here. There we go. Got above 87. Now it needs VWAP. Come on. Needs VWAP. They're buying them back. Trying. Down to 56, 48 in the candle. Back to 90. 100. Back to 80. We're floating in here. We're below this trend line now, which I don't like. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm out. That's it. ES again on the sell side. I'm going to short ES again. try to get this back down to 83, 84. Again, fellas, we're going to find support at that 83 area. If you want to take risk off at 90, 90 half, you can take some risk off. Stop is 03 on the ES. 03, 6 handles. Though I shut my bots off, there have been no bot trades. Got a bid that just showed up at 90, 45.90. They should at least press it to him. He's gone. And you got 3 handles, 3 1/4. Trade him as you see fit. Small buyer showed up. Nothing to be. Another small buyer. You got almost 4 handles, now 4. Trade it as you see fit, guys. We're just sitting on an area of support here on the hourly. Break below 88, maybe 87 half will take us right down, I think, to target. But again, trade for your accounts, fellas. Trade for your accounts. This could go against me 150 handles, and I'd still have a green day. Trying to get to that 85 again, Lori. Stop is 03. It's 10 handles. If you guys want a conservative stop, 98. Ultimately, this is going nowhere. FDA authorizes a 4th COVID shot for those 50 and older. If anybody wants mine, you can have it. We didn't quite get our target, guys. Again, trade them for your accounts. Trade for your accounts. We got 86.50 from 93. So 6.5 handles and a bounce. This is why sometimes this ES is nauseating. Just nauseating. NASDAQ, same thing, bounced. NASDAQ now has a negative delta of almost 700 contracts. If I was a betting person, I would say the next hourly candle, just over 15 minutes away, is the one. We're flat on a 10-minute bar. Harker speaking. The Fed will cut the size of the balance sheet soon. He's worried inflation expectations could become unmoored. He's a non-voter. This is freaking boring. Yesterday's low hit on CL. Yesterday's close was looking to short at those levels, but may pick up my marbles and go, yeah, I mean, if you made money, take it. We're getting sloppy. My guess is we'll get a move on the 11 o'clock candle. Remember, into the close of Europe. If you guys have made money, take it and run. At 11 o'clock, we're done here. We're just sitting. $80 and a $50. NASDAQ is pushing up again above VWAP. Now this rat bag will go. Top of the hour in 11 minutes, guys. Look at this horse crap. Russians, whatever, said the de-escalation around Kiev does not mean it's a ceasefire. What does that mean? I mean, they've been selling for almost 20 consecutive minutes. Net sellers, net sellers, net sellers, net sellers. NASDAQ almost hit my target at 24. God dang it, man. Seriously. Gave a nice trade here. Gave a nice trade. It just didn't get my target. And now we're breaking up out of this mess here. Bull flag. There is the 11 o'clock hour. Let's go over bot trades. Gold today took 2 trades. 742, targets hit. And 951, targets all hit. 2 for 2 on gold. Gold is 6 for 6 this week. Crude took a single trade. All 3 targets hit, but I use break even on crude. So first target only, $1,000, and then break even. ES had 0 trades again today. No, it had 1 yesterday. My apologies. So no trades today. Russell had one trade today, which was a losing trade. Odd week for the Russell. It's only taken 3 trades all week. It usually does that a day. 0 for 1 on the Russell. And the NASDAQ would currently be in its 5th trade, which I'll track. Trade number 1 on the NASDAQ was a losing trade. That trade at 6:12 a.m. Trade number 2, and then a subsequent signal, was a losing trade. Trade number 3 was a big winning trade. And then trade number 4 and a subsequent signal or an additional sell signal got targets. And it is currently in this long. I told you guys I shut the bots off. Again, that would be the only trade that it would have taken. And here is my total for the day. Plus 32.25. 32.25 on the day for the bots. And I'll track that ES trade for totals. Currently, the ES is 5 for 8 on the week with that trade pending. No, there's no trade on with it. Anybody have any questions? Another great bot day, guys. Depending on the trades, order flow was also very good. Crude, great trades. Nobody took them, or very few of you. ZB, great trade. I think only Matt took the trade. I'm sorry, Ozzy may have taken it. That's all we got, guys. Remember, there's more to trade than the NASDAQ and the ES. Soybeans was also a huge trade, which nobody took. Just the peace talks, Sam. Peace talks. For my 1 o'clock guys,